What's up, everybody? Welcome back to HawkTalk, the Xander episode. I'm doing everything this week. I am now in the on-campus interview with a very special guest. I'll have you introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Natalie Lile. I'm with the Theodore Roosevelt Honors Leadership Program.
Soon to be Natalie Idler. We see the rock on the finger. Beautiful. I don't think we ever had loading on, but
Nope.
I don't think I've given a formal on-air congratulations. So here's my formal on-air congratulations.
Thank you.
Almost a year later. So, what is your role within TRHLP?
I'm a student assistant director, so there's actually 3 of us, which is really cool. That hasn't happened in a couple of years. We normally switch and phase out a little bit, but we're student assistant directors, so we're kind of just hand in hand with the director. We help do everything from communicating with all of our scholars to planning community events. Yeah, a lot of things.
Yeah. So you're in your senior year, 4th year in the program, last year in the program. What has been your favorite part of being in the program, and then kind of with that favorite memory from the program?
Oh gosh. I think my favorite part of the program has been just the connections I've made. I always say this, especially when we bring new recruits in, we talk to them in this room, and one of my favorite parts to tell them is the connections I've made. I've had job opportunities for construction. I'm not going to go work construction, but just the friendships you make with community members, it's top tier. There's nothing that makes you feel more welcome in a place that's not your own home than someone offering you that kind of warmth and friendship. A favorite memory? That's hard. We have a lot of things coming up too. I could make more favorite memories. I feel like freshman year, the first time we were on campus, we drove out to Patterson Lake and we all had to just find our way there. We joke about this a lot, but it's like kind of a freshman orientation in a way.
Initiation type of thing?
Yeah, initiation where you get an address and you have to figure it out, but Patterson's kind of confusing, so you're just driving around Dickinson with no knowledge, and then everyone shows up and you're like, oh.
Just kind of hang out, yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you do something for 4 years, there's bound to be some changes. There's been bigger changes, smaller changes.
Yeah.
How has those changes affected you, and kind of how have you found like a solid foundation amongst those changes?
I think that's the great thing about a leadership program is there's part of it that's instilled in change.
Yeah.
Change is inevitable, like you said. It's going to happen, especially in 4 years. We've changed directors, we've changed our program guidelines, we've changed even the classes that we have to take year to year. And sometimes that's frustrating, but oftentimes it leads to more growth, and that's kind of just what we have to push with our scholars and instill in ourselves. That it's pushing us towards something better. There's always something that's going to be around the corner that's going to keep us moving forward and help develop our leadership.
Yeah. You kind of alluded to it earlier when you said there's stuff coming up. We're going to make more memories. The thing is, I heard all the football guys talking about is the New York trip.
Yeah.
Kind of just talk about that and why you guys are doing it.
Okay, so this is our first year doing the New York trip. This year we're going to take seniors and juniors, and then hereafter it's going to be just juniors. But the goal is to get us out and experiencing things. Yeah. So in New York, as far as I know, we're not doing anything direct leadership. We're not going to be volunteering or anything unless we do have a lot of free time. We might. We'll see. But we're going to New York to discover or kind of explore TR's home. Yeah. We're going to go to Sagamore Hill. We're going to explore all of the various museums. We're just kind of going to experience a different culture. I mean, I've never traveled to New York. I've rarely been outside of North Dakota and Montana besides for sports. So it's kind of just getting out into a new culture, exploring those things for ourselves, seeing how leadership works in different areas. It's going to be so amazing, especially for a lot of us that don't get out. I hope it's a learning experience for all of us.
So obviously on your way out of TR, on your way out of DSU, at least for now, we don't know what's going to happen, but what advice would you give a freshman coming into going into their freshman year in this program, or just in college in general?
That's funny. I'm actually writing a paper on this right now for Office of Marketing.
That's journalism right there.
I think the advice I would give to someone coming in, either to the program or just in general to DSU, join the clubs.
Yeah.
Like, try everything. Go to the football games. Go to the track events. Go everywhere. Do everything. You never know what you're going to like or dislike unless you do it all. And sometimes it's hard. Like, we're busy people.
Yeah.
You've been here for long enough, you know. Sometimes your day, you start at 7 a.m. and you don't get home till 7 p.m.
Yeah.
But I would say after 4 years of doing that every week, it's definitely worth it. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Yeah.
All the things I've been able to be a part of.
Awesome. Last question. We ask this to everyone that comes on HawkTalk. What does DSU mean to you?
Oh, this is such a loaded question.
It really is.
I always just say family because it's
Everyone
true.
does.
Like,
Everyone
it's
says
such a family.
It really is.
Gosh, maybe I should switch it up. I don't know.
We don't have much airtime, so just throw something out there.
Family means family.
It really is. And also your other answers kind of said it anyway, but it is. I harp on people for giving the same answers, but
Yeah.
And then I think someone asked me, I was a guest on HawkTalk one time, and I think I said the same thing.
At the end of the day, it's just a family.
It really is.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you coming on, and we will see you guys next week. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to HawkTalk. I'm your in-studio host, Xander Beeson. Welcome to the Xander Beeson episode. Today we have DSU's most famous TikToker in studio today. I'll let you introduce yourself to the people.
Hi, Blue Hawk family. I'm Britton, Cranston, and I'm a junior on the basketball team this year.
Blue Hawks family. I like that one.
Yes, sir.
So what initially brought you to DSU?
I graduated from DHS, and they gave me an opportunity to play basketball again, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do in life quite yet. So I was like, all right, I'll just go play basketball for the JV team to start out, actually. And I saw accounting on there, and I'm decent with numbers. So I was like, all right, well, they have a major and my favorite sport. Let's go here.
Hey, that's simple enough.
Yeah.
Is there any emotional connection to playing? Did you go to DSU games growing up, or?
Honestly, not really, because I grew up in Wofford City, North Dakota, until my junior year of high school.
Okay.
But when they were recruiting me for the JV team, I came to a couple games that year. Yeah.
So, what are you're just over halfway through the basketball season right now. What are your thoughts right now, and what are some things you'd maybe like to see the team accomplish heading into the conference championship tournament?
So it's been a little bit of a roller coaster ride. Obviously, our record isn't the greatest right now. Like, thank God we got a W last Thursday. Felt nice, but yeah, we should have had a couple wins prior to that. Losing 3 games in a row by 4 points was tough, but we're still in a good spot to make the tournament. We just have to win, I think, 3 out of our next 8 games. So as long as we can do that against certain teams, we'll make the tournament and see if we can go on a run. Yeah,
you guys obviously had a lot of success last year in the final year of the North Star. And the things with basketball, even when we were in the North Star, you were still playing a lot of like frontier schools.
Yeah.
You played the Montana Techs, the Montana Westerns, the Carrolls, Rocky. Is there any like noticeable differences this year now that you're actually in the frontier, or is it just hoops?
It comes down to just hoops, but teams are stronger, and when you play them at I would say a higher competitive level, and they matter more.
Yeah.
Every night is tough. Every game is tough, and there's a lot of D1 kickbacks this year, like at Bellevue and Dakota State. So they got dudes, but it just comes to putting 2 halves together, which we haven't been able to do, but hopefully we can in the second half of the season here. Yeah.
I kind of alluded to it in the intro. You are, at least in my opinion, my favorite DSU TikToker. What sparked you to want to start just making TikToks? You just make one for fun and it kind of popped off, and then you decided to keep running with it? Because my introduction to your TikToks was watching you shave your head on TikTok Live. That just randomly came across my For You page.
So I was into inspirational videos, and this one guy kept saying oh, just post a video. So I started posting a few videos, and then I started doing this running platform thing where I ran 10 miles 10 consecutive days. So 1 mile on the first, 2 miles on the second. And then just as I've grown in my faith, I started incorporating more Christian TikToks and stuff. And then I was with this agency, it's called, for TikTok Live, and I started making money off of that. So I just kept rolling with it, and I'm not on live as much anymore, busy with school and basketball. But no, it's been fun and nice to see my faith grow through it and see how I've changed over time and get some monetization off of it.
Do you see a future for yourself in content creation? Or
I don't know quite yet. Right now it's kind of just side gig for fun, but maybe one day.
You'll have an accounting degree to fall back on.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, for sure.
At least there's always that.
Yeah.
Here's kind of the thinker question I like. I think I asked this to John Evans a couple years ago, and I don't remember what he said. But hypothetical situation, you're in prison.
Okay.
You need to be broken out.
Okay.
Who on the team are you trusting the most to get you out?
Who on the team am I trusting the most to get me out? I got to go with my buddy Q. He's transferred this year, but we do workouts in the morning, studio workouts in the morning, so I know he had my back and just kind of sneaky getting steals. I think he has the most steals on the team this year. I could be wrong, but I think he's up there, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm going with one of the Jakes. Either Shobe or Daniel, leaning more towards Daniel. They both just have that Trinity, like, I want to say aura to them.
Yeah.
They're
No, they have that
guys.
determination and perseverance, so
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be a good pick too.
They have the face that like any guard will just trust that these like, they'll be able to walk in, and then they're both smart enough to break me out. I think they're both TR kids.
Yeah.
I don't know about Shobe for sure.
No, both smart and competitive draft kids. So
Exactly.
valid picks.
Last question. We ask this to everyone that comes on HawkTalk. What does DSU mean to you?
DSU means to me just home and family. Everyone is so like welcoming and nice here, and to be able to be in my hometown with my family, it's truly a blessing.
I guess one more question. I thought of this off the dome when you were talking about being home. Is there a possibility we have 2 Cranstons on the team next year?
There is a possibility. He's not 100% set on where he's going to go yet. He's going to wait till after the season, but that's one factor I'd say in me sticking around for next year to do my 5th year is him playing and being able to practice with him each and every day.
Did you guys play together in high school or no?
No.
No, okay. Well, that's all we have. I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having
me. Good
me.
luck the rest of the way. Big games. Doug Jaeger Memorial Games this weekend. Britt didn't know about that.
I didn't know.
The Doug Jaeger Memorial Games this weekend. Make sure you stop by Scott Gym and check out those games. And we will see you guys next week. It's me again. Welcome to the conclusion of the Xander episode of HawkTalk. Not to make it about myself, but I'm going to make it about myself. And now I'm here with this week's weekly sports recap. Women's basketball is looking to bounce back from a loss to Bismarck State last week with a pair of home matchups against the University of Providence tonight in Scott Gym and then against Montana State University Northern on Friday. Our men's basketball team is looking to build off a close 4-point win they had against Bismarck State last week with a pair of home matchups against Montana State University Northern and University of Providence. We just had Britton Cranston on in studio. He said that they needed to win 3 of 8 to get to the conference tournament, so we're cheering for them. Also, this weekend is the John A. Moore and the Doug Jaeger Memorial Games, so make sure you come out and support those teams. Track and field, after an impressive showing at the U Mary Winter Classic where we had 2 Athlete of the Weeks, Caleb Sarsland and Adara Hogland, the track team is now heading to Brookings, South Dakota for the D2 NAIA Challenge, so good luck to them. Wrestling, the men took on one of the most competitive NAIA competitions last week at the Missouri Valley College Invitational. They are now back at home to host the Tyler Plummer Classic, and the women's wrestling team secured a road win over Minot State, 28-19. That's it for our weekly recap. That's it for the Xander episode. We appreciate you watching, and as always, Hawks are up.